On YouTube, and welcome back to Tech Conversations. As always, I am your host Guillermo, and as always, I'm not a financial expert nor licensed professional. If you plan on investing in the stock market, please consult with one first and invest at your own risk. So I hope you're having a great day today. It is August 26th, and the stock market is up again. Take a look at SPY here. As you can see, it is up $3.45 today, or about 1%. And then 48 cents after hours, or about 0.14%. So I hope you guys were all able to see some great gains today. But as always, let me know in the comment section below how you guys did today. I had actually bought a put on SPY once it reached this level right here at 347.80ish, and it started to dip. But then I quickly noticed that it was going to continue to go back up. So I actually exited that trade. So you can see I bought for 224 and I sold for 232. So I still made $8. But I was definitely not going to hold this overnight. Theta on SPY decays very quickly. And so, I figured I'll just wait till tomorrow. Hopefully we can see a small pullback, healthy pullback tomorrow, and then I'll buy a put on SPY. But again, hope you guys saw some great gains. And so I actually did purchase 100 shares of Microsoft today. As you can see, I'm actually already up $132. I sold a put on it last Friday. I'm not going to talk about that today. I'll talk about that on Friday when I give a portfolio update, but I just want to quickly announce that here. Now, before we begin today, okay, I just want to quickly mention I am going to be doing a giveaway for reaching 10,000 subscribers. If you'd like to enter that giveaway, all you need to do is hit the like button down below, make sure you're subscribed to this channel, and let me know in the comment section below what your favorite stock in the stock market is right now. If you have not done so already, again, I just want to give back to all of you for all the support you guys have shown. So thank you very much. Let's continue to grow together, and let's get right into this video. So today I want to talk about limit orders and stop loss orders. Okay, if you've ever gone to a stock on Robinhood, so we'll just use Microsoft right now, if you ever hit this down arrow, right, you'll see this order type drop down, right? You see things like market order, limit order, stop loss order, stop limit order, trailing stop order. There's a bunch of things in here. And so today I want to talk about these first three: market order, limit order, stop loss order, because it's going to be very useful for you as a trader to understand what this means and how you can use these to your advantage. Okay, so let's start off by just talking about what a market order is. Okay, this is very simple, very basic, but it's needed to understand the other two a little bit clearer. So if I go to market order over here, so there's documentation on all of this stuff, and I'll put a link to this in the description below in case you guys want to go read it more. So market order is a type of stock order that executes at the best available price on the market. Okay, so they have priority over other order types. So they're generally executed immediately during regular and extended trading hours. And we'll talk about what extended trading hours is right now, but they're typically going to be used when investors want to trade stocks quickly or avoid partial fills. Now, this is what I want to talk about here. You aren't guaranteed a price with a market order. Okay, in fact, Robinhood collars market orders by 5%. Right? So if you've ever been trying to buy stock and you barely have that cash amount in your account, and if you've ever seen a message that says, well, you need at least 5% more than what the price is, this is why. Because the price can move suddenly. And so then, you need to have at least 5% more to help cushion against that. Okay. Also keep in mind, not all stocks support market orders during extended hours. And again, we're going to talk about that here very soon. So the price displayed in the app is the last sale price. It may not be the best available price when the order is executed. So have you ever bought a stock? Let's say it says that it's $2 a share. You buy it, and then all of a sudden it says you bought it at $2.05 a share or something like that. And then you check the price and it's already $2 again. That's happened to me all the time, right? And that's what can happen with a market order. And that's why I want to talk about the other types of stock orders, or at least two of them right now. Now, let's understand these extended hours trading first before we get into that. So for those of you who aren't aware of this, right, Robinhood gives you more time to trade stocks. And so traditionally, markets are open from 9:30 to 4 p.m. Eastern time, okay, during normal business days. But with extended hours, you are able to trade during pre-market and after-hour sessions. And so pre-market is going to open 30 minutes earlier, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern time. After hours trading is going to continue for 2 hours until 6 p.m. in Eastern time. Right, and so here's the overall breakdown. Pre-market again, 9 to 9:30 a.m. Regular 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, and then after hours 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so during the extended hour session, the price displayed on a stock's detail page is the stock's real-time price. Okay, and so orders made outside market hours and extended hours are queued and fulfilled either at or near the beginning of extended hours trading or at or near market open according to whatever you decide to do. So why would we want to trade during the extended hour session? Well, the biggest reason I think is earnings announcements, right? There's a lot of companies who have their earnings right after the market closes, right after hours, or sometimes pre-market. Right, and so depending on the outcome, the stock's price can move much more than it would during the regular hour session. Right, companies usually announce quarterly earnings after the market closes, and so with extended hours, you can capture these potential opportunities. And then it also mentions activity in foreign markets, right, such as Asian or European markets. This can influence prices on U.S. markets, and these markets happen outside core, outside core U.S. market hours, and extended hours would allow you to capture potential opportunities on those events. And so this talks about order types during the extended hour session. And so we already talked about the market orders, right? So let's talk about limit and stop orders then. Okay, so for example, let's say I go to something a little, let's say I go to a penny stock. Let's say I go to Genius Brands, okay, GNUS, okay. And let's say I want to buy Genius, and I can right now, right? Because it is 4:04 p.m. Central Time, and so we're still in the after hours trading, and so I could buy Genius right now. Let's say I want one share of Genius. Say, hey, I want one share, and I go to review order. Take a look at this. You're gonna get this message here. Prices may vary. Price of Genius may vary due to low trading volume and extended hour sessions. Your order is more likely to execute if you set a limit price. All right, so basically what this is saying is there's very low volume on Genius after hours. Right, this is a penny stock. I mean, if you look at the average volume, it's only 18 million, which means that if someone comes and purchases say 10,000 shares after hours or sells 10,000 shares after hours, it might move a lot. It's going to be very volatile. And if you're trying to buy Genius, when that happens, if someone buys 10,000 shares, this might shoot up to 150 instead or something, right? And so if you were to buy it when that happens, you might actually be purchasing it at 150 rather than what it is right now, which what you think is what you're going to buy it at, which is 121. And so to limit this, we do set limit price. Okay, we click on set limit price, and there's a drop down here, right? And as you can see, that's what's clicked, right? Limit price. And so let's go back here, and let's actually go to limit price. Right. So this is a market order. So let's go to limit order, and so let's read what this is. A limit order can only be executed at your specific limit price or better. Investors often use limit orders to have more control over execution prices. So one thing to keep in mind, limit orders aren't guaranteed to execute. There has to be a buyer and seller on both sides of the trade. If there aren't enough shares in the market at your limit price, it may take multiple trades to fill the entire order, or the order may not be filled at all. So let's take a look at buy limit order, because I have an example here, and then I'll talk about the example with Genius. So if a buy limit order, right, which is actually what we're doing over here, right? This is going to be a buy limit order. A stock is purchased at your limit price or lower. So your limit price should be the max price you want to pay per share, right? So an example, if Meow is trading at 10 a share, but you want to pay $5 per share at most, you should set your limit price to 5. If Meow drops from 10 to 5 or lower, you will buy shares for 5 at most. If Meow doesn't drop to 5, your order won't execute. Right, so in this example with Genius, right, again, being a penny stock and very low volume, it can, shoot up very quickly. And so let's say that, the most I want to pay here for Genius is 125. Then I would say, hey, my limit price for Genius is 125. That's the most I am willing to pay. right? And then, of course, you would say how many shares you want, 50 or whatever. And then expires, remember, you can say this is just for today. If it doesn't fill today, then I don't want it to fill. Or I can just say, hey, good till I cancel it myself. And remember, there's this checkbox here that says allow this order to execute during extended hours. So if I wanted to buy this right now, right, I would click on this because we're still in extended hours. Uh, if I didn't want it to do it right now and wanted to wait till tomorrow when the market actually opens, then I wouldn't do that. Right? And so I can say, hey, review order. And as you can see, it'll say, hey, you are placing a good till canceled limit order to buy 50 shares of Genius. Your pending order, if executed, will execute at 125 per share better. So this is going to protect you, right? Because the most you can buy a Genius for, if this does get filled, is 125 or better, right? Whereas if you don't do this, Genius again might pop up 10, 20 cents, out of nowhere, and now you might buy it at, 140, 150, right? And if you're purchasing, 500 shares, that might be a lot of money. And so this is why you would use a limit order. Okay, and so with sell limit orders, right, it's going to be the same thing, just the opposite. So if a sell limit order, a stock is sold at your limit price or higher. Your limit price should be the minimum price you want to receive per share, right? So your limit price would be the minimum price you want to receive per share. And so, for example, Meow is trading at 10, but you want to receive at least 15. You should set your limit price to 15. If Meow rises from 10 to 15 or higher, your shares will be sold at least 15. If Meow doesn't rise to 15, your order won't execute, and you'll keep your shares, right? So let's say I had some shares of Genius, and let's say this said sell Genius instead of buy. Your limit price would have to be the least you would want it to sell at, right? So let's say, the least I wanted to sell Genius at is 150, right? I'm fine with selling it at 150 or higher. Anything below that, I don't want to sell, right? So your limit price would have to be 150, right? If this was selling Genius. And then again, what would happen here is if Genius, goes above 150, it'll sell at 150. If not, it's just going to keep it. Because again, the problem here is if someone comes in and just sells 50,000 shares of Genius, it might drop to, let's say, 80 cents. And, if you sell at that exact same time, thinking you're selling at 121, you might actually be selling them at 80 cents. Right? And that can be very risky, again, depending on how many shares you're selling. So that's why limit orders are important. Okay, again, especially if you've ever purchased a stock and you think you're getting it at this price, and then you buy it, and then you actually get it for like, 2% or, 10, 20, 30 cents higher than it was. Now, what about stop loss order? What is a stop loss order? Well, Robinhood has that too, right? So it's limit order, so let's go to stop order. So let's read here what a stop order is, and then we'll show an example. So a stop order is an order to buy or sell a stock once the price of the stock reaches a specific price, known as the stop price. So when the stock hits your stop price, the stop order becomes a market order. A market order is executed at the best price currently available. So investors often place stop loss orders to help minimize potential losses in case the stock moves in the wrong direction. Now keep in mind, short-term market fluctuations can trigger a stop order to turn into a market order. Not all stocks support market orders during extended hours. If the market is closed, the order will be queued for market open. So let's see what an example of a buy stop order would be. So with a buy stop order, you'll set a stop price above the current price of the stock. If the stock rises to your stop price, your buy stop order becomes a buy market order. For example, Meow is currently trading at $5 per share. You want to wait to purchase it because you think it'll fall to a lower price. However, let's say you also think that this stock is going to go, $8. If it reaches $8, it might go higher. So to minimize your potential costs, you can set your stop price to 8. And so if Meow rises to 8 or higher, your buy stop order is going to become a buy market order, right? Then the stock is going to be purchased at the best price currently available. However, if it stays below $8, a market order won't be triggered and no shares are purchased, right? So an example over here, right, with let's see if you go to your stop loss order, So let's say, Genius is 121 right now. I don't want to buy right now because I think it might reach $1. However, I think that if Genius reaches $2, it's going to continue to go up. So then what I could do is set a stop loss order, right? Again, with the stop price being at what the price you want it to pretty much say, hey, buy me some of these stocks at. So again, if I think that once Genius hits $2, it's going to continue to go up, I would set a stop loss order at $2, right? And then you'd say how many shares you want. Again, when you want this to expire, good for a day or whatever, review order. So here's what it's saying. You're placing a good for a day stop loss order to buy 50 shares of Genius. When the price of Genius reaches $2, your order will be converted to a market order and executed at the best available price. Right, so basically once it's $2, it's going to send an alert saying, hey, this guy just placed a market order on Genius, and then it's going to buy those shares at whatever the best current price is. Right, that's the difference between the stop loss order and the limit order. So limit order is going to be, hey, purchase at this price or better. Sell at this price or better. This one's going to be, hey, if it reaches this price, then I just want you to buy them at whatever the best price is. Right? And then, of course, there's also the sell stop order, right? And so if a sell stop order, you can set a stop price below the current price of the stock. So the stock falls to your stop price, your sell stop order becomes a sell market order. So again, let's say you have a stock that's trading at $10 a share. You want to wait to sell it because you think it'll rise to a higher price. So protect yourself in case it reverses itself and begins falling. You can set your stop price to 8. So if it falls to 8 or lower, your sell stop order becomes a sell market order, right? Then it's going to be sold at the best price currently available. So if it stays above 8, a market order won't be triggered and you keep your shares. So again, what this is saying is, hey, so let's imagine this was sell Genius, right? So let's say I had 100 shares of Genius right now at 121. I think Genius is going to go up to 150. However, to protect myself, I could say, hey, let's do a stop loss order at $1. Right? And what this is going to do is, hey, if Genius hits $1, now I just sell it at whatever the best price is. Right? So this is going to protect me because, again, if I'm thinking, hey, Genius is going up to 150, but if it drops to 1, I want to get rid of it right away, right? Then you would do something like this. And if I do review order, right, it's going to say, hey, your stop price is below the current price, so your order will likely to execute immediately. Are you sure you want to continue? Of course, it would say a different message because this is buying Genius rather than selling. That's why this is saying that. But if this was selling, it would say something more similar to what we're seeing over here. Right, that hey, if it falls to this price or lower, it's going to become a sell market order, and it's going to be sold at the best price currently available. Okay, and so you'll actually be able to see how you can combine a limit order and a stop order into one and call it, which is called a stop limit order. Okay, and I'm not going to talk about that here in today's video, but there is a stop limit order that combines these two, right? And so these can be very useful in many situations, right? Especially like if you're like me and you're really busy with work and you can't be on your computer or on your Robinhood app the whole day, and you want to set some sort of stop loss order if you own 100 or 1,000 shares of some stock, you could do something like that, right? You could also do a limit order as well. So I hope that makes sense. Again, I'll put a link to these documents in the description below so you guys can read more if you'd like. But that's basically what a limit order is, a stop loss order is, the difference between the two. Again, I'll cover the other three in a separate video. But again, this should be very useful to you guys if you utilize this correctly. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comment section below. Feel free to use my referral link in the description below. If you sign up using my referral link, both you and I will receive one free stock, which is basically free money for both of us. So let's help each other out, guys. And as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time.